green moldy spaghetti boy Tangela. So welcoming guys. How you doing, Tef? Hey Jimmy, how you doing? G'day. Yeah, so how's everybody doing today? Why won't your screen go back to default size? Is in where, how, what, when, how? I don't know. Why won't it go back to default size? Also, guys, throw it out there. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. I know the stream has just started, but you know, gonna do the reminding. How you doing, Hanson? How you doing, Rob? Welcoming, guys. I had to wait for the stream to start. Okay. As long as it's all fixed, that is all good. Unfortunately, we did not get a shiny off our very first click, like the other week. That would have been great. That's okay. We already have a bunch of Tangly boys. How many Tangler shinies do we have? We have 4. Hang on, have I done an evolution? 5. We already have 5 Tangly boys. Because we have our Tangle Growth and 4 little spaghetti boys. So, we'll get into our doing a hunt. Long time no see indeed. How you been, man? Good to see you. Alright, let's just get straight into this. Make sure I've got everything, which I do. Got my water, got my phones, that's all we need. Got my charger, just because that's probably something else that I will need. So it's been a lovely day here in Melbourne today. It was like 25 degrees all day, and we've got a string of weather like this. It was basically 25, 24 yesterday. Actually, I think it got up to like 28 yesterday, which is very unusual for this time of year. Yeah, beautiful day today. It's going to be like a beautiful day tomorrow and the next day. And then it goes back down to like 14 degrees. That sucks. But yeah, it's like getting to be late autumn now. We're in the last month of autumn already. Fall for those in the United States and so on. Yeah, so usually by this time of year, it's already getting quite cool. So to get weather like this is, not gonna lie, it's quite nice. I'm walking around in a t-shirt tonight. So let's see if we can decipher what our bonus is tonight, because I forgot to check, like usual, I forgot to check to see what our bonus was. Is this double Stardust? Because we're getting 200 Stardust. It might be 2 times catch stars. Nope, weather late April here in your neck of the woods. It's turning 30 degrees on Saturday. That's not bad. Stream lag. Is anybody else getting lag, or is it just Rob? So has everybody seen what they're announcing for what they've announced for... Hey, Denjon, how you doing? For next month's events? Whole bunch of raid stuff. It's tiny! Tiny spaghetti noodle. So, I have a feeling that Niantic might be testing it's unusual to be that warm that early. Yeah, so much for no global warming, eh? It's still warm here where it's supposed to be cooling down. It's warm over there where it's still supposed to be cool. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the world is warming up. But yeah, if you've seen the events that they've announced for next month, we get a raid day, we get elite raids. They've announced all the raid bosses, and supposedly they're all stuff that we haven't had for a while and so on. Hey Jahern, how you doing, man? Yeah, I have a feeling that Niantic's testing the water. Like they're throwing out all these raid events going, if we can do this and we can entice them back into raiding, then we won't have to do anything about the raid passes. But if they completely flop, I guarantee you that they'll do something. Well, maybe not guarantee, but hopefully they'll be like, ooh, we really have killed our game by nobody wants to even, wants to raid, even if we do entice them back with doing stuff like raid days and stuff. Because, I mean, how's a raid day going to go if we can only do like 5 raids for that day? That's going to suck. Yes. Yeah, they did update that. That's been an update with the raids, just so you can see if there's people actually sitting in the raid lobby without you having to click on it, which is a nice addition, and that's supposed to help people do in-person raids, but it doesn't help that the raid passes are still too expensive. My bag is full. Nice. You haven't bought raid passes since the price change. I would probably be in the same boat as you guys, but because I host the raids for you guys, I sort of still need to buy at least a few every raid hour, but that's the only day that I buy raid passes, and I buy like 5 because I spend the same amount of money that I would have spent when the raid passes were still, cheap. I'm just doing less raids. And like I said, the only reason why I do that is just so I can host them for you guys. I haven't got a shiny yet from today. No. Is it Bellsprout? I got the feeling it might be Bellsprout Spotlight Hour. It's obviously a Bellsprout nest. But I do actually have shiny Tangela. Not from today, because we only started 6 minutes ago. Not that stopped us in the past, getting ones off the first click. We already have 6 shiny Tangela boys. Have I got any Gala birds? No. No, I don't run my daily incense. I haven't run a daily incense in about 4 months. Hang on a second. I gotta do my belt up. I have to put my phone down. I've got my water bottle in my back pocket, so it's just pulling my pants down, so I have to do my belt up. Walking along just like, I think I've crapped myself because I'm trying to hold my pants up. Yeah, honestly, with the catch rate, I've encountered all the Galarian birds, but with the catch rate for them, I just haven't really been that interested in them because I know that they'll bring them to raids at some point, so... And they'll be better IVs than the ones that you can find in the wild. So yeah, just haven't really been bothered with them, to be honest. Bro's pants are going to... They were going to fall. They're not going to anymore. Because I had to do my belt up tighter. So now I'm like, I can't breathe. Even though I don't know why I'm breathing from my stomach. You have 2, won't be able to do this Spotlight Hour. And you had 5 Tangelas. Oh, sorry, 4. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. 4, 5, 6. It's all the same thing, really. You got a shiny Tangela and transferred it into Pokemon Go. Oh, sorry, into a Pokemon game on the Switch. When you get your first Pokemon. Okay. I really need to do that. Transfer a whole bunch of my shinies over into one of the main series games. It's just a pain in the butt, honestly. If it's not a Gen 1 Pokemon, I mean, Tangela is a Gen 1 Pokemon, but if it's not Gen 1, it's just a pain in the ass to do it. They changed the design of the show hide button. Which show hide buttons? Sorry. So many Tanglers. So you hope you get the shiny. Yeah, fingers crossed, man. Sending you shiny vibes. Let's see if we can all get a shiny boy. Or girl. Let's not be, stereotyping. Everybody has their own pronouns these days. Let's see if we can get our shiny him, hers, thems, theys. It was also your first shiny. Now, I've always liked Tangela. He's cool. I mean, being a Gen 1 Pokemon, it was one of those ones that I had a connection to because it was the generation when I was a kid. So most Gen 1 Pokemon, minus Jinx, I have an affinity for. But I do have my favorites. Like Cubone will always be one of my favorites because, I mean, he's Cubone. He's awesome. Just spamming the button. For the okay, I can't see the moderating, so noise. Oh, I can see like the show hide button, but it just looks the same for me. Or does it? I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to it to... My bag is full. Okay, what else can I get rid of to... I can probably get rid of some of these things. Candies. Candies is really the only thing. Alright, what should we put some rare candies into, guys? What do you think? What do you think deserves some rare candy, or some rare candies? It's something completely different. How you doing, Pam? Cubone is the best. Yeah, Cubone's one of my favorite Pokemon in general, but one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. I can remember back when I was a kid, I had this little Pokemon comic book thing that was like a field guide, sort of like Pokemon field guide, and it had like all the original, my favorite, and I just like the story behind Cubone. Poor little guy, lost his mama. Scatterbug, that's probably a good one. I don't really bother with them, to be honest. Like once the novelty of the whole thing died off, I was just like, I can't be bothered doing that stuff, it's boring. Same with, I haven't even transferred any of them into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sort of thing. But alright, I suppose. Actually, these are probably going to be rarer these days, given that rare candies are actually going to be rare since we don't do as many raids anymore. So we'll just give it 50. Let's see if we can get our little shiny Tangela. See how quickly it gets dark? Like, literally, it was still sort of light when I started, and it's only been 13 minutes and it's already, like, dark. I don't like it. You're like 200 candies away from being able to evolve the rest of your Scatterbug collection for Vivillon. Nice. I've got like 4 or 5 of the Vivillons. Like I said, once the novelty sort of wore off, I just got bored with the mechanic. It takes too much effort. It's like I don't open gifts or send gifts or anything, so it's like, they made it easier. Hey Wafu, how you doing, dude? I'm Martin. How is Raid Hour going for you now that it's changed? The first one after the change was okay. Which was surprising given that it was Landorus. I thought that it was going to be a bit slow. Last week's was not that good at all. It was pretty dead for the whole stream. Like, we still got raids done, but it was towards the end. It was a struggle trying to get people to actually jump in once people had done their 4 or 5 raids. It sort of died off. So we'll see how we go next month. We've got a couple of decent raid bosses next month. That we haven't had for a while, like Tapu Fini, I think might be a bit of a draw. Like, people might be keen on doing that one since it's a shiny now. We got Regigigas, Genesect, and what was the other one? Can't remember what the 4th one was at the top of my head. You got a shiny Tapu Bulu from GPL. Nice. I got a bit of peanut stuck on my tongue from my toast earlier. I had peanut butter toast. Crunchy style. It's either from that or the peanut bar that I had afterwards. The peanuts came from somewhere. No worries, Lachlan. Have a good one, dude. You have a huge scatterbug that you got today. It's huge. It's that big, it's gonna eat my house. Yes, you know you don't do gifts. Yeah, I'm bad, I'm sorry. No, honestly, it's just because of how slow it is to do it. If they really need to add a feature where you can just select a bunch of people, send them a gift, select the gifts that you want to send them, just speed the process up instead of having to do it one at a time. That's the thing that just keeps me from doing it, just because it just takes too long. You hate that you need 10 best friends for the masterwork? Yeah. I know how you feel. I got 2. So I got a long way to go until we get there. I'm slowly working. Oh, hang on. That just reminded me. I do actually need to swap this out because for the research, I need to... Pidgey. I think it's KFP. It's the one I've been working on for my Pidgeys. Because I'm at the sustainability week tasks that we've had. I'm still on part 3. So yeah, I need to earn 2 candies while exploring with my buddy and use an incense. So I mean, what do you say we chuck one on, eh? There we go. You're almost at 5, buddies. Yeah, so that's coming back to bite a lot of people on the ass now, because they're just like, oh, damn it. If only I put the work in beforehand, I wouldn't be stuck on this bloody one for months. Because I mean, honestly, with the amount that I need to get, it's going to take me forever to get those 10. And I also need to remember to keep feeding my buddy. Because I'm at day 5. I've messed it up a couple of times where I've just forgotten to earn a heart with my buddy. So I'm on day 5 yet again. For the 20 days in a row earning a heart. You have 1 and you're really trying to get best buddies with your Poké. The good thing is it doesn't matter whether it's a legendary or a normal Pokemon or mythical, or they still take the same amount of hearts. It'd be a pain in the ass if your mythicals and your legendaries took a lot more to do in comparison to, say, normal Pokemon. Hey Negan, how you doing? I'm assuming you've just finished watching the footy, which I was watching before I left and listening to. What a comeback from Collingwood, eh? Who would have thought that they would have won after being 28 points down at 3/4 time? I thought Essendon had that in the bag. Use daily incense. Yeah, probably. It's too late now. I should have just used one. It doesn't matter. I usually don't use the daily incense during the spotlight hours because you just get the spotlight hour Pokemon. But I suppose it doesn't really matter given that I'm just going to be getting spotlight Pokemon off of the other one anyway. Never mind. You're on 385 excellent throws. Had enough best buddies. Nice. Yeah, see, the people that actually put effort into that beforehand would just be like, oh, thank God. It's alright, we'll eventually get it. It's not like I'm in a rush to get it. I mean, I did collect my shiny Mew during the Hoenn tour, so I still had that just sitting in my stack waiting to be caught. I still got my shiny Jirachi that I've got to catch as well. Oh wait, no, that's the one from thing. The other one? Celebi. Still got shiny Celebi to catch. That's the one I'm thinking of. You're heading to bed. No worries. Thank you, Jahan. Have a good night, dude. I need to turn a flashlight on so I can see where I'm going. so I don't step into a pothole and break my ankle. I still have a chance of doing that anyway, because I'm not looking where I'm going. No, I've gotten better at doing that, like walking along and looking at the screens and still like sort of looking at what's in front of me. I can remember when I first started doing these spotlight hours in the dark, I was stepping in like every single pothole along this path. Just like, you missed the Stunfish day. We did alright. We could have done better. I ended up with, I think it was 7 for the day. Hang on, double check. I'm pretty sure it was the day. So we got a whole bunch of, 7. Whole bunch of Galarian, which I didn't need because I already had 2 Galarian shinies. But we ended up with a couple of Sinnoh. No, not Sinnoh. Yeah. Wait, Sinnoh? Yeah, that's the one. Sinnoh. No. Yes. Wait. What generation is this from again? It is Sinnoh, yeah? Yeah, because you needed the Sinnoh stones. Not to evolve them, but that's how I was remembering. Yes, thank you, Unova. Thank you. I knew that I had it wrong. I was like, Sinnoh doesn't sound right. We ended up with, we got one sort of at the start of the day. And then we didn't get the second one until there was 3 minutes left of the event. It was from the second last group of tasks that I ended up collecting. It's all I wanted was 2 just so I could get, 1 in case they add an evolution for it somewhere down the line. So I got lucky. Yes, I will catch that shelter for the dust. Just give me a second. You had a friend trade you a shiny Stunfish because you're at Supernova. Nice. Ooh, 2000 Stardust. That's what you want to see. Yeah, it wasn't as productive as the Love Disc research day that we had. Just because there was 2 Pokemon to get from the research. So instead of being a 1 in 10 chance of a shiny, it was sort of skewed because there was multiple Pokemon to collect. So I think across the board, most people ended up with a lot less than they did from previous research days. Love disc, like CDs. Those old people music devices. Can't believe that CDs are... I thought CDs were going to be around forever, even though I grew up in the era of MP3s and stuff like that, when MP3s were becoming a thing. You still put them onto CDs, but now, because of iPhone, iPods and all that sort of stuff, they sort of made CDs become obsolete. I can remember back when I was younger, I used to put everything onto CDs, so I had a massive CD collection where I had hundreds and hundreds of CDs, and I always had this vision in my head of having them all on display when I got older, and you'd be like, oh yeah, I've got hundreds of CDs, and now I'm just oh my god, what am I going to do with all these hundreds of CDs? They're in spindles and that these days. You miss CDs, you still have... I've still got a whole bunch of them, but I ended up throwing away a whole bunch of the cases and just keeping them a lot more compact. Like I said, they're in spindles and stuff these days. Well, that was a time. Sure it was. You have the Pokemon soundtrack. That's the word I meant to say, not soundtrack. To be a master on CD and cassette tape. Whew, good old cassette tapes. Now that's going back. I mean, if you grew up in the era of tapes and CDs, then you know you're getting old. I'm just damn it. I still remember cassette tapes. Am I really that old now? Been through multiple eras of you know, media on discs and stuff, tapes, and I still remember good old VHS. You got a question before you go to bed. How many shinies did I get for Stunfisk? 7. We just went through that. 5 Unova and 2 2 Unova, 5 Galarian. VHS fun times. Be Kind Rewind. Good old Blockbuster and Movie Land and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys had Movie Land. I know that Blockbuster was like a worldwide thing, but was Movie Land as well? Because we had a Movie Land. That was back in the days of like the PS1 and all that sort of stuff. I can still remember back when I was younger, like a kid, we'd go down to the video store, Blockbuster and Movie Mart here. Yeah, we had Movie, and that was like one that we had here in Australia. That was sort of like, that came before Blockbuster. Like Movie Land had been around for ages. But yeah, there was a Movie Land sort of down the street from where I lived. So every weekend or so, I'd ask Mum, be like, can I have $5 so I can go to the video shop and hire a game? Mum would give me $5. I'd go down to the video shop, hire a PlayStation 1 game. And because I'd go in there so often, the dude that ran the place got to know me, sort of thing. So he'd be like, when I'd rent out a game, he'd be like, oh, you can have it for 2 days, or you can have it for 3 days instead of it being an overnight rental. I'd be like, thanks, man. So I basically would rush home, chuck the game in, and then spend the next like 2 to 3 days just making sure that I finished that game. So I got my money's worth out of it. So basically every single game that I played as a child, I'd be able to complete in like 3 days. That was my thing. Hire a game, finish it in 3 days, take it back, hire another one, finish it in 3 days, take it back. Tangela 100 IV weather boosted, I'm not sure, because if from the wild, they vary. It depends on what level it is. So there's no set level for a hundo. It'll be whatever level it is when you find it in the wild. Is video easy still? No, man. All of those places went the way of the dodo when, you know, they were still around when DVDs came out. Like DVDs were, video shops just sort of progressed over to having the DVDs in stock. But as soon as digital media started coming out, it was really like when Netflix started up and that hiring videos through the mail thing started. And then once internet got good enough, people could just start downloading movies, and yeah, that was the real death of video stores. And now we have streaming services and cable and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, even cable's going sort of out of fashion because of streaming services. So for instance, here in Australia, we have Foxtel, which is our cable service sort of thing. The main reason why most people have that these days is because of the sports that they've got on it. I mean, that's really the only reason why we've got it at home, just because you can just watch sports on it. So, which there's got streaming services for sports now as well through like KO and a couple of other things. So I mean, it's probably within the next 10 years, I'd say that cable will be a thing of the past as well because of streaming services. Hey, there's one candy. Nice. You got one Unova, played for 10 minutes. I have no worries, dude. Have a good night, Jahan. Hey, another tiny Tangela. Teeny tiny Tangelas hanging from hey, what's a tongue twister? Teeny tiny Tangelas tangling tiny titties. That's a bit rude. But yeah, VCRs, fun times until that. Yeah, good old eating of the tapes. You didn't clean your heads. Remember the old school tape that you had to like chuck in there to clean the heads just so they wouldn't eat your tapes? You gonna go dinner? No worries, Tangent. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I don't know, Martin. You'd have to ask Tangela. Oh, I can remember as a child with the old VHS. I had Jurassic Park on VHS. I literally would watch that movie like 10 times a day. Just chuck it in, watch it from start to finish, rewind it, watch it from start to finish, rewind it, watch it. I knew that movie for like word for word. I'd just be able to sit there just like reciting the entire script for like every character in every scene. Clever girl. There's a couple other movies that I was like that. When I would go to my nan's house, she had like the Indiana Jones movies and Aladdin and stuff like that. So I'd basically just sit there and watch them just on repeat. So I could basically do the same thing with Aladdin and Indiana Jones. You had Balto. I can't remember, like I have seen it. Like I watched it as a kid, but I never watched it that often, sort of thing, because obviously I didn't have it. But I had some old school like Simpsons tapes as well, like, because you know, back in those days, pirating stuff off the TV was easy. You just stick something in the VCR, hit record, and you could actually record stuff off of the TV. So I had like videotapes that were just filled with old Simpsons episodes that we'd watch like over and over and over again. If you guys remember the old Stonecutters episode of The Simpsons, oh god, that song that they sung during, I could like sing that whole thing. Who rigs every Oscar neck? We do. We do. Yes, you needed to put the tape over the square, yeah. Or you could just get tapes that were meant for recording that already had the tab in it. And if you didn't want to record, you just have to snap the tab out. Ian McKellen, God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, God creates man, man destroys God, man creates dinosaurs. Ellie Shatter, dinosaurs eat man, woman inherits the earth. Classic lines. It's true, they do move in herds. Welcome to Jurassic Park. You forgot to say the magic word. Oh god, I can still remember half the lines from that movie. You met Veronica Taylor. Not off the top of my head. Who was she? The best line from Jurassic Park. There's a lot of good lines from Jurassic Park. And I used to know them all. Come on, little tangly bangly. Where's your moldy cousin? Ah, okay. Thank you. I don't tend to know voice actors and stuff like that. Well, I know them through their work, I just don't tend to know their names, sort of thing. Ponyta is one of our Spotlight Hours next month. So it'll be interesting to see. They have just said that it's normal Ponyta, but hopefully it's both Ponytas and we actually get Galarian Ponyta as well, because that's a shiny that I still need. You'd love the good old Triceratops turd. Of course, that would be the thing that you remember from the movie. I don't remember the rest of the movie. I just remember the big turd. Ah, my nose. I need a tissue. the lawyer sitting on the toilet when the Jurassic Park breaks out. When the T-Rex breaks out. He must have tasted. I don't think dinosaurs really cared. And the dinosaurs, most other, like any other animal in the wild, isn't particularly picky about what they eat, because they know that if they don't eat, they'll probably die. Like, we've just become picky eaters because we have to, like, we just, you know, we have the privilege of being picky eaters. But if you look at, like, a lot of native tribes in, like, the Amazon or in Africa and stuff like that, they basically eat anything that they can get their hands on. They don't care, because they know that, you know, food is food. We've just become, you know, spoiled. He wasn't taking it, he was hiding in the... True, he was. You never know, he probably crapped himself. He was about to be eaten by a T-Rex. I think that gives you free range to do whatever you need to do. If you've got to exit your bowels, evacuate your bowels, then have at it. You have all the right in the world to crap your pants at that stage. Who's going to judge you? I mean, is that going to be on your tombstone? Here lies Barry Jeff. That's a really weird name, but we'll run with it. Barry Jeff. He died doing what he loved. Hiding from a dinosaur while crapping his pants. The phone, that's in number 3. Yeah, that's in number 3, I'm pretty sure. When they have the Spino. It's the Spino poop. Yeah, see, yeah, Jurassic Park 3. What other poop scenes have there been in the Jurassic Park movies? It's a running theme. Poop. Jurassic poop. People, you slept like a baby. Oh, I slept like a baby. You know, but it's hilarious. Marcus, you can't do distance trades in Pokemon Go, dude. So unless you're within 100 meters of me, no, we cannot trade. And that's just the way the game works. It's not me being a jerk. Okay. I keep almost walking into trees because I'm not paying attention where I'm walking. Come on, we've only got 20 minutes left, dude. You're gonna have to be shiny soon. My battery is on 69%. Emma would be proud. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Bellsprout that's spawning around here in the nest, or if it's also a second, because sometimes you get secondary species that tend to be popping up during spotlight hours. So I think it's a nest Pokemon, but Usually there's multiple nests around here, so usually this is a different nest in comparison to the other part. Newman, the dude that plays Newman, he got eaten by Dilophosaurus. Good old Dilophosaurus. What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think he saw us? What do you call a blind T-Rex? Do you think he saw us Rex? Classic dad jokes coming at you. Watch Tangela spite you now. But I'm his friend. Come on, Tangela. I love you. Be my friend, please. Ah, yeah, okay. Same thing. It's been like 20 years, alright? Give us some... cut us some slack. But there's the kicker. A dinosaur wouldn't have a dog as a pet. Because one, dogs didn't exist. And two, if they did, the dinosaur probably would have just eaten the dog. So, yeah. Shows what they know. Stupid dad joke. Just walked into a... God damn it, bushes. Why you gotta be so in my way? That's just because you have a poorly trained dog. Yeah, that's probably a better name for what do you call a blind dinosaur's dog? Dinner. I know Timmy asks the joke, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he got that from somebody's dad. Because it's a dad joke. That joke was around before the movie. They just took advantage of low-hanging fruit. Sort of like me. Not necessarily. I'm pretty sure that joke would have existed before the movie. You never know, but I'm pretty sure. Your ex's father thought dinos and people lived together. Too much Flintstones. Yeah. They were quite a few million years ago. It's alright, like, people have ideas in their head like that. Like a girl that I knew back when I was younger. She was convinced that mammoths went extinct like hundreds of thousands of years ago, and I'm like, no, they existed like up until like 10,000 years ago. Man and mammoth existed next, and she was adamant that they didn't. And I'm like, okay, I when I get home, I'll send you something that proves that. And she's so I ended up sending her like a Wikipedia thing that was just like, mammoths died out like 10,000 years ago. I never spoke to her again. Because, yeah, mammoths died out at the end of the last ice age, which was like 10,000 years ago, so... Alright, 15 minutes left. Yeah, sorry guys. There's no point sending me raid invites these days because I'm just not going to jump into them. I only do raids during raid hours. Any other time? Nope. Because I'm not giving Niantic money, so don't bother sending me raid invites just because they won't be doing them. Alright, we're back at the start, so unfortunately I'm going to do like, by the time we're finished, would have done like another half lap around here, so it looks like we're doing another full lap around. We'll see. I suppose we can do some shiny hunting for Drillbur and stuff afterwards, once we finish. I think so. As I was saying before, we tend to have multiple nests around here just because when the mapping was being done for the parks, the dude that did it sort of fudged it a little bit and made it that there was multiple nests around here. Like he split up all the parks just so we would have multiple nests. So yeah, we saw a whole bunch of bell sprouts. So I'm assuming that that is one of them. And yeah, I think time pole is another one. Hey, there we go. There's the candy. It's beautiful. Alright, what else do we need to do for the research? One more berry. Okay, we can do that. Have a berry, buddy. Had low-hanging fruit juice. Yeah, that'll happen. Excelente. Oops, almost walked straight into a fence. That would have been fun. Not that you guys would have seen it, because, you know, you can't see anything. All you would have heard is, ooh, up, ah, ah, Still not shiny. No shiny Drillbur. A Drillbur, not Dilbur. Dilbur is something different. Hey, Dulcendo, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome to the Jurassic Park slash joke slash Pokemon slash what else have we been talking about? Stuff live stream. Good old Jurassic Park Spotlight Hour. Bon sweet. Stop it. That's it. VCRs, DVDs, CDs, cassette tapes. And I suppose, oh yeah, I was going to say, and DVDs, but you already said that. Don't mind Jimmy, he's new here. Apparently, arrived to this conversation. I think that proves that my attention span, like, I'm going to go get checked for ADHD, because I honestly think that I've got it, because the more that I've done some research into it, the more I've just gone, you know what, I think I actually have ADHD, and I've always had it, I've just never really put two and two together. So yeah, I'm actually going to go and get tested for it. So we'll find out whether or not I have ADHD. How you doing, 3D Drop? Love back from Australia, dude. Ten more minutes. So yeah, we can add possible ADHD diagnoses to the conversation topics. But yeah, I've always been like that. I can just talk about something and then 2 minutes later I'll be like, what were we talking about? Which is one of the symptoms of ADHD, like having a brain that's just constantly ticking over to like a million different things so you can never remember what you were talking about or thinking about like 2 seconds earlier. Like honestly, when I'm at home sometimes, I'll be like watching something on TV. ADD and ADHD are pretty much the same thing. I can be at home and I can have something jog my memory. I'll be like, oh, that's something that I wanted to look up on, Google or something like that. I'll jump onto Google, I'll look at a couple of things, like I'll just get distracted again by the TV or by the stuff that pops up on your phone when you go to Google or something like that, or when you first open your browser, and I'll be like, oh, I'd like scroll for 2 seconds and then go like, what was I going to Google for again? Like I'll just completely forget. And it's so frustrating because sometimes I'm just like, God damn it, what was I gonna do? And I'd like sit there for like 15 minutes trying to remember. I'm like, no, it's gone, I can't remember. You do that at work. Yeah, it's such a bad thing. Like I hate it so much, just having the attention span of a semi-sentient fish. It's just like, huh? Wait, what was I saying? What were we talking about? Where am I? Who am I? Why am I? Hey, look, there's my shoe. Why is my shoe there? Wait, where am I? You do that while you're studying. Yeah, it's honestly worth just looking it up and looking at some stuff about ADHD or ADD and just seeing whether or not, because I mean a lot of people have it and don't realize it, sort of thing. Like they think that's just their brain just being a jerk, but it turns out that your brain's being a jerk for a reason, because you have a defect in being able to just retain information. And as soon as you get back to where they are, you forget that that's what you're back for. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Hey Brenton, how you doing, man? I've been pretty good, dude. Can't complain. Weather's been nice here in Australia. You're in Australia. In Melbourne. That's what I meant to say. Had me research day on the weekend. All of that good stuff. How you been, dude? Dory marching. Nah, man, I'm Nemo, okay? Which is actually a very disturbing thing, because if you guys knew that the thing that clownfish actually do is if their partner dies, like for instance, Nemo's looking for his mum during the movie sort of thing. If one of the parent clownfish actually die, the remaining parent, I'm pretty sure, changes its sex and then mates with its children. So that movie could have been a lot weirder than what it was. Finding Nemo Hub Edition. Someone has to clip that out of context. Dude, you could take half the things that I say out of context easily. But it's a true story. Clownfish are... they're freaks, I tell ya. Freaks! Boom chicka wow wow. Five more minutes. Can we get our shiny? Come on, little green noodle. Goodle. Enchiladas for dinner. Nice. I'm having Memphis style something. I'm not quite sure. I just saw Memphis style stuff on the counter and I was like, okay, we're having that, but I don't know what it is. So it's just Memphis style meat of some description. So it smelled good, so hopefully it'll be good. Mystery meats. Could have made a very bad joke then, but I chose not to. Memphis style. I don't think it's chicken. I think it'll be like pork or beef or something like that. But it'll probably be similar. Hey, little dude. Hey, dude. You want to be shiny for me, man? You want to like pop up for me, dude? Bro, come on. Get up, stop. Be shiny. Dangleberries. You're having justice for dinner. I'm having justice for dinner. With a side of punching you in the face. Because I'm Batman. Three more minutes. Do. I should have got a tissue from the car when I was walking past it. That probably would have been a smart idea. Oh well. There's my maybe ADHD kicking in again. So many bell sprouts. I feel like there's been mozzies around here. I feel itchy. I think I've been bitten. It's either that or a vampire. Vampires make you itchy, don't they? Pretty sure I saw that on a documentary. Have we been watching Lego Masters? Nah, I don't really watch Channel 9 because they have shows like Married at First Sight and stuff like that on it, and I'm just like, ugh, my soul is slowly leaving my body. Yeah, other than the tennis, I don't think I watch Channel 9 for anything. Maths is crying. Good, it deserves to cry. I think the worst thing about those type of shows is they call them social experiments when it's just like, no, it's not. It's just crappy TV. There's no experimentation whatsoever. There's no scientist sitting in like behind a two-way mirror going, yes, indeed. Cheryl just cheated on Jeff in the shower with Todd. Indeed. Yes, okay, well, next time maybe we'll introduce a rat into the mix and attach electrodes to somebody's head and get them to run on a treadmill. Yep, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get married. Oh, we didn't get the shiny. Bro, it's so fake and yeah. It's reality TV shows. Everything is fake. As soon as it finishes, the battle requests come through. Alright. So it's like that, is it? Yeah, that's why I don't watch any reality TV shows, really. Just because they're all just fake. Like, if you're going to script stuff, at least pay actors that can act. And, it's cheap and easy TV. That's why they do it these days. And people watch it. And I'm just like, we deserve better than this. We deserve better entertainment. And if it wasn't for people just lowering themselves to watching trash, it would just be like, the world would be a better place. I'm not calling people trash for watching that stuff. I'm just calling the stuff that they watch trash. Jump on Grindr if you want. Jump on any like dating app. It doesn't just have to be Grindr. I mean, if that's what you're into, like, then go for it. Arm, lega, arm, legs. Legs, face. Bug in my flew into my nose and then my eyes. Hey Diana, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, that'll do. Get off my arm. Oh, you mainly want the interaction? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we were discussing earlier how bad I am at sending gifts, so this is, other than rating, is like the you get interactions with me these days. The waiting game is the best game, and now we play the waiting game. Now the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hippos. Now, I was this close to putting a grass type on my team as well. Should have. You're eating dinner like a hungry hippo. Wait, you're shoving coloured balls into your mouth? I would strongly advise against that. Just saying. I mean, again, if that's your thing, then have at it, my friend. Trying to gather coins for Regigigas. That's alright. I'm pretty sure it's later in the month, next month, so you've got plenty of time to stock up some candy, some coins rather. Not cool, bro. I'm sorry. Dude, it's just like, it was there. Like I said before, low-hanging fruit, yeah? If it's there, I'm gonna take it. It's my job and my mission as a YouTuber, okay? The perky coins. Oh, you're a PokeTuber. Sorry, a PokeTuber. You're a YouTuber too. Oh, nice, dude. When did you do that? You got 10 videos? You've got half the amount of videos that I've got on my channel already. Well done. Hats off to you, good sir. One vid has 6.1. Nice, dude. Nice. I suppose it's not Pokemon Go content because, you know, I'd probably be able to do the same thing if maybe I stopped saying Pokemon Go content. Something that nobody cares about anymore. Oh, where are my subscribers? Come on, guys. I thought I was your friend. Obviously, yeah. Yeah, that'll be why. Interested in that stuff. That's what you got to do. You got to pick a topic that is sort of universal, that is just going to get views in general. I mean, Pokemon Go was good back when it was popular, but now it's too niche because there's such a small community, and it's getting smaller by the day because of the decisions that Niantic make. GG's. Good battle. It's close. Yeah, so it was better back in the day. These days, you already have your established channels like Mystic 7 and Trainer Tips and Zoe and stuff like that. So they're the channels that most people tend to watch in the Pokemon Go community because they're the ones that they've been watching since the start. So it's a lot harder to looking into a whole do 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 do. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know. I don't know. What do I need to put in my team? Yeah, exactly. You can't be making content about horses if you know absolutely nothing about horses. That's probably not going to work very well. Live on farms, and I have a weak connection, and dude, my game is like full lagged out. I cannot do anything. I get like one attack in every couple of minutes. Yeah, it's not working, dude. Not working. It's the frozen. Copyright claimed because it's not your content. Oh, is the stream dropping out as well? It could be because I'm usually on this part of the trail when I'm next to the trees. It tends to be a bit dodgy and not work properly. Is the stream working properly now, or? Yeah, I just couldn't attack. All good now, yeah. Yeah, I could tell that we're having a few issues just because the internet wasn't working for the battle. Sorry about that, guys. You can send through another battle request if you want to, dude. Seems to be working better now. Hey, how you doing, dude? You're at hospital right now. I need antibiotics because the doctors aren't open today. Have an infection on your tooth. Damn. Your right top side swelled up. Damn, usually when you get stuff with your mouth, it'll only last so long before they're like, no, you have to go to a. Because I can remember when my wisdom tooth was playing up when I had an infection with one of my, because it was growing through, but it wasn't cutting through the gum properly. So the gum on top of it got a bit infected. And I went to the doctor and it's like, yeah, I can give you some antibiotics, but if it happens again, you'll have to go to the dentist. Because there's not much I can really do about it because I'm just a doctor. I'm not a dentist. But hopefully it's not too bad, dude. Thanks for the internet. All good, dude. I knew that I had for the Bastiodon as well because I knew it was going to be there. I was just like, yeah, I got something ready for that Bastiodon. But of course, I could do nothing, and the battle was just like, nope. You've been there, yeah. Anything to do with the mouth sucks. Well, no, I have to... That is not what I meant. Scrap that. Again, something can take it out of context completely. That is not what I meant, alright? I just meant any issue with the mouth that you have is bad. Just because you have a lot of nerve endings and stuff in your mouth because your teeth and your gums and it, so everything is just extra painful. God, the things that you say without even meaning to. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean that. I'm yet a good boy. I am only a good boy. I don't say naughty things. Glad you all got a good laugh out of it. Because so did I. You're gonna do it. Yeah, last two dentist appointments you had to cancel for work, but you're now, but now you're just asking for antibiotics, no painkillers. Because usually they say no, but haven't had pain. Yeah, because because I was saying, because there's a lot of issues with the mouth, and there's a lot of nerve endings. The painkillers that they give to you are usually fairly strong, and they can be addictive because they can be like codeine or Novocaine or stuff like that, which are both fairly addictive. Try two at once. Wait, are we still talking about... I'll have you know that Jimmy is a good boy. Jimmy doesn't use dating apps, okay? Not at the moment, at least. There's the path over here. Oop, don't keep walking that way. You'll walk into the river. Exactly. Family values, all right, guys? Hashtag family values. That's what this channel is about. Happy little family vibes. That's the biggest cap ever. Just like the clownfish. Hashtag clownfish vibes. Family values. You just want 5 and don't. One a day, and the pain is bad until the antibiotics work. You hate taking Panadol and ibuprofen every 4 hours. Yeah, they both have their issues as well. Like Panadol attacks the liver, so you can have like liver problems if you take too much Panadol. And ibuprofen, if you take it on an empty stomach, it causes stomach bleeding. So they're both not. I take ibuprofen for my back, so. Not all the time, but when I need it, sort of thing. Don't forget about IVF and stuff like that these days, Negan. You can quite easily have a family. I mean, female couples, they're still capable of having children. The power of science. topic confusing. Yeah. You're telling me, Diana. God. Imagine how I feel. I'm just a wee little boy, just minding his own business, catching Pokemon, and then you sickos come into my chat and start talking about stuff that's just too old. Damage my poor little psyche. You only just joined. Well, honestly, you haven't missed it. It's okay. Nothing that you've missed is relevant, so don't worry. You're all good. It's probably better that you didn't join earlier. When you're in bad pain, you take them every 4 hours when needed. But a normal day, maybe 2 Panadols and 1 ibuprofen later. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not taking them excessively. And honestly, for them to do damage, you need to take them on like a regular basis sort of thing. It's not just sort of like over a few days because you've got an issue. Like usually it takes weeks of abuse for it to actually do something sort of thing. Because Jimmy's the instigator here. I am not. As I said, I am but a wee boy that has no negative thoughts or any of that jargon. Y'all corrupted me, okay? I did not do the corrupting. You did the corrupting. You're all out of line. The whole damn system's out of line. You hate the new... Yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody's on that same boat, Diana. And hopefully Niantic are going to do something about it at some point once they realise that the game's dying off, if that's not their intention. Because, I mean, with the way that they've been going about it, it seems like they really don't care. They're just trying to get people to stop playing the game so they can slowly shut it down at this rate. That's what it feels like quietly. I corrupted you with the shit. How? All I do is I try and catch shiny Pokemon for your entertainment. How is that corrupting people? God. I am offended, good sir. You carry on saving your coins up. Keep doing your weekly breakthroughs as well, because you have a chance of getting a remote raid pass from them as well. God, why is everything so far away? You're not entertained. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, you know what you could do? Go find somebody else that you find entertaining. I'll just stay over here and catch my shinies, alright? Shame, no. No, to do YouTube, you have to be fairly shameless, so... Sorry, guys. That boat sailed a long time ago. Can't shame somebody that has no shame. You think he's the one corrupting you? Wait, I'm just going to take that as, yeah, you guys are corrupting me, so thanks. Thanks, Diana. Good to know that somebody's on my side, I hope. What shinies? The shinies. These shinies. Look, there's shinies. See, there's a Stunfisk. And another Stunfisk. I caught shinies for you guys on the weekend. I can't get them all the time, alright? Then it'd just boring. Gotta spread them out. Makes it more entertaining. Keeps you guys on the edge of your seat. It's just like, oh, is he gonna get a shiny tonight? No, because Niantic suck. You're usually corrupted. See, it's all you guys. I did nothing wrong. I tried to run a family channel that everybody could watch, and you guys come into my chats all the time and start talking about eggplants and grinders and clownfish and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm just trying to catch shinies for the masses, okay? I'm just trying to entertain you. Save the 12k eggs. Oh, don't worry, I'll save them. I'll save them past that event because I don't hatch 12k eggs because it takes too bloody long. You're the evil duck. Wait, what was that show? What was the show? There was a show back in the 90s. It was like an animated series about a duck that was like an adult duck. What was it called? I can't remember now off the top of my head. Does anybody remember it? It was like an adult cartoon. It was about a duck, like he was the dad of a family and... No, not the ugly duck. No, it wasn't Darkwing Duck. That I was thinking. No, Darkwing Duck was like a movie. It was. I can't remember what it was called now. I'll remember it later. See, this is the ADHD. I'll remember it later, and I'll be like, "That's what I was thinking of." What was it? It's Gremlin Hour. This is PG, let's be honest. Hey, people let their kids watch. I feel sorry for those children. But some people let their kids watch. Let us know on Discord later. Yeah, if I remember it, I'll have to go home and Google it or something. No, DuckTales. Alright, let's see if I can find it. This could actually be dangerous, looking up adult cartoon duck. Wait, hang on. 90s adult cartoon duck. Yes, that's it, Duckman! How could I forget Duckman? It's like the most basic title ever. Duckman. If you guys have ever seen Duckman, been watching some episodes. Duckman. Yeah, Brenton knows it. Duckman. Yes, one of them did have two heads. He had a things were different in the 90s, okay? You could have conjoined twin characters, and there wasn't PC culture like we've got today, so you could actually make fun of things that you can't make fun of these days. Shouldn't joke about PTSD. I wasn't joking about PTSD. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm giving you PTSD, okay? I'm like, hang on, I wasn't joking about PTSD. Look at the highlighted text. Yeah, he was a detective, okay? There is ways that you can say that word without it being rude, okay? You can also call people that are named Richard Dick. But that's for that. That's usually because most people called Richard are dicks. Sorry, anybody that's name is Richard. I'm joking. You're cool. I promise. Please don't hate me. Well, you're gonna get cancelled if you joke about stuff that you shouldn't be. With the whole cancel culture that we've got, you can't say words, otherwise people get angry. He had a fat cow as a friend. Yeah, it was a borderline cartoon. But what's his face? I almost said Danny DeVito. Jason Alexander did the voice for him, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly. Yeah, Cat Dog, for instance. Couldn't get away with Cat Dog these days. But honestly, most of the Nickelodeon cartoons that were on when I was a kid, you couldn't get away with these days. Like Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy was already borderline back in those days to be a Nickelodeon cartoon. It probably shouldn't have been. It should have been more of an adult cartoon, but it was a Nickelodeon cartoon. There's actually a documentary that's about. It's called Happy Happy Joy Joy, and it's about Ren and Stimpy and how the creators really pushed they had to make things fly under the executives of Nickelodeon's radar just so they could get certain jokes into the show and all that sort of stuff that probably shouldn't have been in a children's show. You saw a YouTube video of Cat Dog, it was horrifying. Yeah, Cat Dog was a weird cartoon. But Rocko's Modern Life was cool. I used to love Rocko's Modern Life. Rocko and Ren and Stimpy and even Ariel Monsters, they were like my favorite Nickelodeon cartoons back when I was a kid. And there was another one that wasn't a Nickelodeon cartoon, it was a Cartoon Network cartoon, but Invader Zim was awesome. If you guys know who Invader Zim is. Rocko's Modern Life. Rocko's Modern Life. I mean, his best friend's name was Heifer. And he was an adopted cow that lived in a family of wolves. It was such a demented cartoon. I hated Hey Arnold. I really hated that cartoon. Every time that would come on, once one of the other cartoons would finish, its run, and they would put Hey on it, I'd just be like, no, I hate this. Daria was alright, but Daria was made by Mike Judd, who did Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill and stuff like that. Daria is actually one of the characters from Beavis and Butthead. You hate Angela Anaconda? Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I didn't really see that one often though. Because I used to watch all the stuff back on ABC when I was a kid. So yeah, it was like Ariel Monsters and Rocko's Modern Life. Rugrats was okay, but again, I wasn't really a huge fan of Rugrats. Wasn't sick and twisted enough. It wasn't Ren and Stimpy or Rocko's Modern Life. We used to have politicians named Richard Fayette. Yes, his parents were a bit mean, weren't they? That's funny. Beavis and Butthead's still on today, isn't it? I know that they did a new series not long ago, but Beavis and Butthead was one of the original MTV series. Back when MTV actually played decent things. MTV's changed a lot. It always had bad TV shows. It had some of the worst dating shows that you could ever see, like Room Raiders and stuff like that. But it had some good stuff on it, like Beavis and Butthead. Now MTV's not even MTV, it's just trash TV. You like Kim Possible? I've never really seen an episode of that. A lot of these cartoons like that came out after I grew up, so I didn't really watch those cartoons anymore. But yeah, Invader Zim. If you guys haven't seen that, that's a classic cartoon from back in. They've actually done some reboots of that. There's an Invader Zim reboot and a Rocko's Modern Life reboot on Netflix. Like they actually did like an hour or an hour and a half long episode for those just to sort of bring them back, and both of them are good. Would highly suggest watching them if you haven't. Ridiculousness was your favorite. Yeah, they had some bad shows on MTV. Some bad, like they're all like dating shows and that. These days it's like Jersey Shore and all of that sort of stuff, which is just bleh. So nothing much has really changed on MTV, honestly. You got all the old stuff on your PC. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got all of Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern Life somewhere on the PC at home. Because when I was doing my game design course, basically, because everybody that was there was doing like creative stuff. They were doing like game design, or there was another one that was like creative drawing, and there was like a couple of other classes that were around us. The school servers basically became just a dump for everybody to put, like, so you'd go home and download a whole bunch of stuff and then bring it into school and then just dump it on the servers. So we had so many movies and series and like music and all that sort of stuff. You'd go in with like, you'd take your like your portable drive in that you had for like your schoolwork, and you just plug it in and just dump all the stuff off to and just take it all home. So you'd go home with like a full hard drive full of just like movies and stuff. They were the days. That was a really cool course. Until they sort of cracked down on it. They were like, you guys shouldn't really be filling up the school servers with all this pirated stuff. We're just like, oh, but it's fun. You seen Tosh point oh live? Yeah, I was never really into Tosh because I mean, honestly, that was just like any other show that you can watch on YouTube, like where they're just doing like meme review or laugh you lose or stuff like that, where it's just, but it was on TV and it's just like, I can just watch this stuff on YouTube. I don't have to watch it on like thing. You're 17 now, so yeah, too many 90s shows. Yeah, we grew up in a good era. Like the 90s was good because it was the last era of being able to get away with stuff like that on TV and calling it kids TV show. Like everything's become too PC these days, where you can't do anything because there's going to be a soccer mum which is going to tell you off, or you can't say this or that because you'll get cancelled, or because of all the keyboard warriors. Like I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because I mean a lot of things have changed for the better, because I mean people are a lot more accepted these days. Doesn't matter what your sexuality is, doesn't matter what you identify as, your religion, all that sort of stuff, you're accepted these days, where that stuff was a bit more, not so much frowned against, but it was just harder to do that stuff back in the 90s, just because, people would make fun of you a lot more of it than they do these days. But yeah, there was still so many things from back in those days that were just better. Things have changed for the worse in some ways. They were the days of LimeWire and Kazaa. Good old Kazaa, LimeWire, Napster. Like Napster was the one that started it all. But LimeWire and Kazaa. Good old peer-to-peer programs. The soccer mum thing is so true, yeah. Yeah, Karens. Good old Karens. Do I remember the ferals? Hell yeah. My sister actually had a rat back when she was younger, and she named it Rattus P. Ratley. Or Rattus, whatever his name was. Good old ferals. It's funny, when I was growing up, there was actually a family that lived down the street from us that we called the ferals. Because they lived in they were in filth for the most part. They were a bit feral. So it wasn't just us. It was like my parents, us, and basically everybody else in the street just referred to them as the ferals. You couldn't do that stuff these days. You'd get, locked up for calling a whole family a bunch of ferals. Those days, if you got called gay, it was a big insult. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so much a huge insult, but it was people used gay more freely. Like they'd be like, "Dude, that's gay," or "Oh my God, this is so gay." And yeah, you can't really say that stuff anymore because people do take offense to it more these days because of, you know. But I mean, it's been a word that's been repurposed. I mean, back in the 30s and 40s and stuff like that, or even earlier, gay meant happy. I'm having a gay old time used to mean, you're having a happy old time sort of thing. Golden Gay Times was actually an ice cream. It still is an ice cream here in Australia. Oh, Tammy, personally, you're throwing hands. Every day after school, the Ferals. Roger Ramjet. Good old Roger. Bangers and Mash. Channel 2. Yeah, Channel 2 had some banger cartoons back in, like, that's where I used to watch, like, Rocko's Modern Life and RM Monsters and all that sort of stuff. You'd get home and then from basically I would watch Channel 9 first, and it would have, like, What's Up Duck, and you'd watch all the Looney Tunes cartoons and Animaniacs, and then sometimes they would have, like, the Batman animated series and stuff like that. And then at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, you'd switch it over to ABC, and then you'd watch all the ABC cartoons. So you'd watch like Rugrats or Ariel Monsters and that, and sometimes they'd have like Around the Twist and stuff like that would be on as well. Good old Around the Twist. That's going back. I actually watched that recently on Netflix because it's on Netflix. I was like, that was one of my favorite shows growing up, Around the Twist. Gay Times are your favorite ice cream? Yeah, Golden Gay Times are good. Like they're a nice ice cream. WinMX didn't use that one. WinMX was, yeah, I used that a bit. I used all of those peer-to-peer programs. You still do that, but you're not homophobic. Beyblades are making a return. Yeah, they try and reboot a lot of that old stuff. Like anything that had some popularity back in the day. I'm surprised they haven't brought Tarzos back. Good old Tarzos. I have so many of them laying around at home somewhere. I had all the Space Jam Tarzos. I can remember I had the folder for it as well, and I had like all the Space Jam Tarzos. For those of you that don't know what a Tarzo is, it's basically like a collector card, but it was on like a round, like sort of like Pogs, but they were on like a thing, and you'd get them in like packets of chips. So you'd go down and buy a packet of chips and get a Tarzo in your chips. Most kids are addicted. Yeah, how things change. Everything's supposed to be better these days, and kids are like addicted to vapes and that. And so it's like, back in my day, I used to collect Tarzos. Odd bods. Yeah, I used to have some of the footy odd bods. So they had like the footy ones as well as the normal ones. God, we're having a good old conversation about the good old days here. The good old days. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z ones in normal orange and gold. I had a lot of the Dragon Ball ones as well. Like, I didn't have all of them though, but yeah, had a lot of those. Yeah, they had like the Looney Tunes ones. They had the Space Jam ones, which were basically Looney Tunes. They had Batman ones. They had yeah, the Dragon Ball Z ones. They were one of the later ones that came out before they stopped making Tarzos. What else? They had like, what else was on Tarzos? Back in my day, the animals are farting wood. I've never heard of that one, I don't think. Trying to get off the cigs. Yeah, smoking's not good. It's bad for you, and it's like uber expensive these days because they keep jacking up the prices of cigarettes. costs like $60, $70 for like a single packet of cigarettes these days. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of money to be spending on something that, you know, people are pack-a-day smoker. Don't smoke. Yeah, they don't. All kids vape these days. They've already said that. I probably have heard of it, but it just doesn't ring a bell. I've heard people having a lot of success with Champix to get off cigarettes. So if you haven't, try and give that a shot. My mum and my sister have both used them, sort of thing, and my old man used it as well to get off smoking cigarettes. Had success. I think it took my mum a couple of shots, but my dad, I think, got it done in the first go. So definitely worth giving it a shot if you haven't already. Oh my god, I have tissues here. Why am I not using them? Snotty. I still remember Mr. Squiggle. Good old Mr. Squiggle. Oh, who remembers Art Attack? Good old Art Attack. Champix. So it's like CHAMPAX, I'm pretty sure. So Champax. It's a medication that you can take to help getting off cigarettes. Ghost Rider, yeah, that's old school. Degrassi Junior. Oh, Erie, Indiana. Erie, Indiana was another good one from back in the day. That Ghost Rider, was it? No, it was one of those shows used to actually scare me as a kid. I can't remember which one it was though. Yeah, it's prescription, so you have to go to your doctor to get a prescription for it. I think it's fairly cheap the first time around that you get it, and it's like a 30 or 60-day course or something like that of tablets that you got to take. But yeah, if you don't end up getting off them the first time, I think it's expensive the second time around. You need to get it. I can't remember. Goosebumps. I was old enough that Goosebumps didn't really scare me as a sort of thing when they released it. You gonna head out? No worries, Tossander. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up now as well, guys, because it's 7:45. So we're like 45 minutes over time here, but we've been having a good discussion about stuff. It's been fun. I'll be back again tomorrow for Raid Hour with you guys, so we can continue the discussion then, if you guys are keen. But until then, you're taking off as well, Brendan? Yeah, no worries, dude. So it's a perfect time to wrap it up for the evening. So yeah, thank you everybody that has tuned in tonight. If you've enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out if you haven't already. And not laughing face, peace out. Okay, no worries, dude. No worries. Yeah, like I said, be sure to hit that thumbs up button on your way out if you haven't already. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. So enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe, happy hunting. And I'll see you guys tomorrow evening for Raid Hour. Peace out. See you then. Bye. Bye-bye.